Now we're back with our Doki Doki playthrough, and this is part 4. We are 4 hours into this game, and you see what I meant by this game gets pretty twisted. Let's bring back this disturbing image that the game warned us about in the very beginning. This is not a game for children or those who are easily disturbed. I kind of wish that I had been recording all of my reactions to this game from minute 1. But I can't, so we are just going to experiment. I'm going to click load like I did the first time we did this. Well, I don't know if I've clicked through far enough. Hans, if I try to reload my game at this point, will it? Okay, I have to go through the end scene. So not everyone thinks about this at this moment, so we're just gonna return real quick. We're gonna click through. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything would be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. Well, just go ahead and say it didn't fucking matter what I did. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her, and why did I make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her, like it's always been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Well, that's what we all like to think. Remember when I said I've had friends that suffered from depression and ended up like this? One of those friends, weirdly enough, there's a face that Natsuki makes in this game. Well, it reminds me of a smile that a girl I knew used to make. Well, she hung herself. Now, the situation wasn't entirely like this, but this game ain't fucking joking. And no, it's just emulating the thoughts that we have when shit like this happens. There's nothing we can do. Like I said, everyone else has to go through their own issues themselves and try to cope with it, because they're the only ones that can make a difference. Nothing I do, nothing you do, nothing anyone does can change how a person feels. It's all about how they feel about themselves. But that doesn't mean I'll say again, that doesn't mean that you can't try to be there for them. The best thing you could ever do is just listen and be there. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. You know, that girl I talked about, I actually spoke to her on Facebook hours before she hung herself. Less than 4 hours. She seemed perfectly normal, kind of like this situation. Or at least she seemed, let's not say perfectly normal, because this girl wasn't acting normal, but I damn sure didn't have it in my mind that I was going to try to talk to her the next day and see that her Facebook page had been turned into a memorial. The last thing I said to her was, "How you doing?" And she said, "Feeling bored." And I said, "Well, we should hang out sometime, and then that way we could be bored together." She said, "LOL, alright." And then the next I heard of her, she had hung herself. Let's continue. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. Well, it wasn't long after this point where I said, "Fuck that, like hell it's not." I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. We all like to blame ourselves. We shouldn't though. We're not the one that stepped off the stool. Never, 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 never end. Alright, here's something new that wasn't in our loading screen the last time. Well, for one, new game is now a bunch of symbols. And for two, Sayori is gone and is pixelations of all the other girls' images. If we try to load our game, file error, characters/sayori.chr. The file is missing or corrupt. Okay. The save file is corrupt. Starting a new game. Whatever the fuck that says. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Oh, there's a feeling of deja vu. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I feel almost better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk. and let now catch up to me. Uh-oh. What the fuck is happening? Holy shit. Son of a bitch. What? Oh, fuck. It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I'll always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I'm sorry, I don't even have it in me to just be funny or agree with this right now. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Clyde? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Alright, we're getting kind of glitchy here. I feel glitchy. Do you feel glitchy? Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. Alright, this confuses me. Why the fuck is everyone acting like nothing happened? And why did I go back to day 1? I did not start a new game. I continued the new game that I started 4 hours ago. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. Well, technically she's not wrong. Oh, Monica agrees. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Clyde? By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? Whoops, fuck out my face. I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Clyde. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go on then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Haha, first time I've ever heard that. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. You know, the last time we reached this point, I said, been there before, and this time I can still say, been there before. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Whoa! It startled me. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Clyde. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki? The girl with the sadder attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki. Energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. What? What is this shit? It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Clyde in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Clyde? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens a closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. But many people aren't very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Clyde, what types of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? You goddamn right it is! Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just let you all know that the very first ever time I played through this, I just had this I just knew that for some reason Sayori was gonna kill herself. I was joking about it for like 2 hours before it happened. But anyways, back to the story. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp for anything I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have been having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really? If a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Clyde? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the whole time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I've never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Clyde. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, this is the kind of thinking with your dipstick Jimmy that got your friend killed. What the fuck is wrong with you?
God damn, what a lie.
Are you okay over there?
Quite a fucking quote there.
You want that one too?
Jesus Christ, dude.
So, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Clyde? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. You're super pissed about everything. Shut the fuck up. No one cares. Clyde, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? You better give me a great time. That's the kind of talking I'm talking about. It's too soon. I still miss my best friend. Oh my God, there's so many emotions. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to class, to bring to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Clyde, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Wait a minute. Hold up. Pause. When I said so all the kids can hang themselves, was you laughing because What's-Her-Face hung herself? Or was you laughing because it was genuinely funny?
When was that?
The first time I ever played this.
Not sure. I don't remember the encounter.
Because,
My motivation.
I was sitting there with Yuri and we were making these things and we were like, yeah, we can hang this shit from the doorway. I was like, yeah, so all the students can fucking hang themselves while we're reading poetry.
Don't remember the exchange, but probably.
You're fucked. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart from the club room and make my way home. Whoops. No, not Otto. Turn that shit off. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. I miss my friend so much. Oh, she was the first one mentioned last time, but she's not here. This is terrible. Will I really be spending every day after school? No, wait a minute. Are all these bitches gonna kill themselves?
I'm not spoiling this fucking game for you.
I just wished it. Why did I play this? I don't want to play anymore. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Look here, guy. Whoever wrote this shit, I want to meet that person so I can kick them in the fucking nuts. Hard. Really hard. Just so hard that they fucking die. Oh my god. I'm sorry that I'm drawing this out so long now. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Yeah, well, at least you ain't got your friend holding you back now and making you feel funny. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. I don't know, this is like, you have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Oh, this is new. Yeah, I'd like to read it. Can you hear me? Why did I just get goosebumps? Is that odd that I just got goosebumps? This poem is Can You Hear Me? That's it. Whoa! It laughed in my ears when I clicked, and it every hair on my body rose. What was that shit? Hans? What is going on?
This game is going to fuck with you.
This game is going to fuck with you. Okay, guys, I probably should never have done this. Like, at this point, I'm just jumpy. Shit like... Honestly, it sounded like my cousin Taislin's laugh, which fucked with me because she's in the other room and it was like right in my ears. And I was like, that can't be the case because she's in there. And now I'm sitting here like, whoa, that was fucked up. That legit scared me, y'all. I kind of thought at this point, though, these little chibi characters would actually have Monica here in the place of where Sayori's cute little self used to be. But no, it's just these two, and I'm having this sinking feeling that I'm going to kill all of these girls somehow. I don't know that for sure, because, like I said, I've never played this far. But, I don't know if, I don't see any of the words that were here that Sayori liked. Did it take all the words completely out of the game?
I don't actually know that answer.
That's...
I don't remember if it changed up the words like that.
That is strange. Okay. Well, just because I'm not one that lets go of things easily, I'm going to be trying to pick words that I think Sayori would like. Okay. Natsuki liked that one. I don't see any words that Sayori would have liked. Oh god. What the fuck? It's making Natsuki like shit that Sayori would have liked. Oh my god. suicide. Yeah, it took out a bunch of words. Yeah, and it definitely made Natsuki like all the words that Sayori would have liked. Hi again, Clyde. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Whoa, that was weird. Thanks for keeping your promise, Clyde. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh my god. I just saw a negative image of Sayori. Oh come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Bitch, get out of the fucking way of the words so I can see. What the fuck's wrong with you? Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Okay. The game's doing weird shit. Like, the pitch of the song changed and everything. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Clyde. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So, even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, I feel like the whole classroom is slightly tilted, like, in such a way. I don't know.
I seem to recall being a thing that actually happened.
Huh?
You might not be imagining that. I seem to recall that being a thing that actually happened.
Yeah, like it was, leveled, but now it's just not. And like a minute ago, some shit popped into Yuri's eyes, and then not long after that, there was a negative image of Sayori to the side. And it's like the music doesn't loop properly anymore. It picks a point where the two chords don't harmonize in the guitar rhythm, and then it reverts back to a lower pitch. Yeah, this game's doing some weird shit now. That I should help you get started on something you might like. It did it again. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. I feel like it's trying to give me the feel of a parallel universe where Yuri never, or Sayori never existed. And it's trying to have like key things that you notice something's different, but you're just not quite sure what it may be, but I'm actually picking up on it. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh shit, when she went away, the classroom went back level again. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. I'm sorry guys, the music is throwing my reading off now, because it's warped. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah. You see, that's weird. I actually had to do a second playthrough before this playthrough because there was some technical errors, and I got this storyline at the beginning of the game on that second playthrough. So when I restarted it at the beginning of these videos, I got the original playthrough that I had from the first time I ever played it. So apparently I picked a lot of words that she liked in this poem, so it's given me this playthrough again. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. What's wrong with your eyes, bitch? Why are they so fucking far apart? You look like a guy, a fucking ant or something. Like, your eye is supposed to be there, but it's clearly, like, on top of your fucking hair. What? Hans! What is this? Her eye is not where her eye should be. It's, like, on top of her hair. And it's, like, not on her face. Huh? Just keep going. Her eyeball is moved out of place, not a part of her body. How do I just... Okay.
Does it look kind of...
It's farther to the left now. It is farther. It moved. It fucking... What the fuck?
Is it, like, look too real? Like, not drawn, but, like, weirdly photographed?
No, I mean, she looks like an anime.
I want to see what point you're at.
Dude, like... When I clicked, I don't know if it moved while I was looking away or if it moved while I clicked, but now her eye's like not even on her fucking face. What the fuck is happening here?
I don't think that ever happened to me. I think you got something that I never got.
Well, I definitely picked a lot of words she fucking liked.
Huh.
But I thought I kind of, I don't know, dude. I wanted to reread some of it, but I don't think I'll be able to focus on this book because your eyeball is floating in midair. Okay, she's got her eyeball back. Not for any particular reason. You know, just because, yeah, I just read that line, but it went with my complete thought process. But yeah, you know, it's not floating no more. Okay, not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Why is your eye... Alright, this time when I click, we're all gonna look at her fucking eyes. Just watch her goddamn eyes. Just curious how you have 2 copies of the same book. Okay, nothing happened. Ah, we're gonna watch again. Click, nothing happened. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. I'm sorry if I've just lost track of the voices I'm supposed to be using while I'm reading this, but I'm sure you understand. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? God damn it. Well? I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about the religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped here have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. Whoa, hold on a minute. This isn't what she told me last time. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into... What the fuck is going on here? Last time it was about a chick who second guesses every fucking thing that... And he compared it to her, and now it's a fucking... the horror camp where we cut people apart and make them part of each other. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Well, you think? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yeah, you're fucking right, it did. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Clyde? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. Oh, I bet you fucking can. Anything for this chick. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Oh my god. I'm losing faith in game designers everywhere. Yeah, we're definitely looking through new fucking perspectives. When the horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because what is this shit? What is this shit? What is this shit?
What's going on now?
Black fucking satanic shit is what's happening now. It's goddamn... Like, it was normal text, but then it goes, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. What?
You are fucking shook, ain't you?
I don't know what to do. This game is not cool. It's not right. I wish that I had never started this evil. I'm gonna be cursed. Then suddenly, yeah, I'm rambling, aren't I? Yeah, just a little bit. You're rambling. You're rambling. You're turning fucking demonic. I used to like you, but now I'm afraid. Your vagina has teeth, doesn't it? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. Huh? What you got going on over there?
I'm experiencing your commentary. It's impressive.
But I feel like hey, that's actually pretty cool. A guy that sits and watches videos like this all day is actually enjoying my commentary. And it gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside when I just feel so alone and cold and lost in this terrible, terrible fucking reality, this alternate universe of fuckery that is happening before me. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. Of course you have a problem! What else is new?
Jesus Christ, dude. Get the mic, why don't you?
Huh?
Take it down a notch.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I realize you're recording, but you're also yelling in my living room.
Yeah, I'm yelling in the living room. It's not very attractive. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly... what the fuck was that?
The handicap guy from Family Guy?
I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. I'm sorry if I end up saying some strange things. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Okay. I'm kind of worried to keep clicking through this. This is so not like anything I've ever done before, ever. I really hope all of you made it through the first 4 hours of my boring reading and made it to at least the hanging of Sayori, because that should grip you throughout the rest of the entirety of this. I mean, I don't want to play anymore. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm done playing, but the story will not let me stop, because I really appreciate a good story. And this is just, it's like a car crash. You know you shouldn't look, but you do anyways, and you're not ashamed of it. So, click. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright. Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to you. What is wrong with you? Did you not just see her do the thing where she was all glitchy and distorted? And she's obviously a demon or Satan or somebody. Not that I believe in any of that, you know. It's just, look at what the fuck? Okay. I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. I bet it's like the sensation of skin crawling, like when you walk into a house and you find like dead animals and the smell, actually, at this point. I totally didn't feel this way about you at first, but you just... Okay, whatever. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of the... What the fuck? I couldn't even read all of that. Yuri, you really do apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right? I slide my desk so it's up against Yuri's, then I hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Alright, I'm gonna just have to click history to see if any of this shit has popped up on it. Yeah, it's totally not even picking up the fucking black text. It's just telling the story as it told the beginning. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Ah, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? What? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels almost like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character of Reminds? Really? Of Reminds? Was this intentional, or were you guys just being stupid the second time around? Of reminds me of you a little bit. Yeah, the main character kind of reminds me of... Oh, okay. I guess I was being stupid. No, man, there's gotta be a glitch. It fucking said something else a minute ago. We're gonna go back and look at that later. Yeah, kind wasn't there when I first read that. It couldn't have been. I don't think it was. This game's trying to make me think I'm fucking crazy. I'm not the one that's crazy. This game's the one that's crazy. No, I wouldn't relate. I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. What? Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. Well, that's what you were talking about. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. What the fuck else about her could I have been... Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why it came into my head. You know what? I'm about done with you. We're about to be done reading this book. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Huh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. What the fuck's she feeling sick for? She's a fucking demon, that's why. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. Why is her face being so much more expressive in this version? Because this is what happened last time, the first, second, whenever time, and now it's just like, whoa. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the class. What the fuck? Out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? That's what I'm wondering. Clyde? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Truer words were never spoken. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. What the fuck would I do? She's been doing it all. All of it was her. I didn't do anything. She did it to me, if anything. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything. Well, fuck you, first of all. And second of all, we're moving on. No, nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. You better fucking believe me. I don't even know if I want to be a part of your club anymore with all this doubt. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Apparently, my fucking ex-best friend has jumped universes to this universe where she never existed and she's fucking demonically possessing Yuri or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but well, I guess we're gonna have to push forward to find out. Anyway, why don't you start with sharing our poems? Why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started. What has she got? Massive explosive diarrhea or some shit? Is this a recurring thing? This didn't happen the last time we made it this far. Okay, whatever. We'll just get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. Oh, God damn. Monica and Yuri is being weird, so I'm talking to Natsuki first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. They're possessing me. They've gotten to me. This is what. I'm what?
You're shook.
I'm shook. I'm shook. Okay, I'm shook. The game just fucking jumped off a goddamn skyscraper and flattened itself and restarted. That's what happened. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Alright. We gonna see any ghostly ass Sayoris while I'm talking to her? Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. You're just always a fucking bitch, aren't you? Ugh. That's a little blunt. Huh. Nicely put. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Oh man, I almost don't even want to see what these poems are going to look like. Oh, okay. That's pretty much what it was last time. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, it's pretty much the gist of the first fucking chapter. Anyways, this is actually quite calming for me. Something normal for the first time since I've started this second chapter, if that's what you want to call it. Yeah, I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. It's like... excuse me. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but made it fall flat out. But made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Here we go with these useless ass clicks for the last option, but the only option, so it should kind of just run into the next option. Hi, Clyde. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, not have demonic vice presidents for one. That would be fucking brilliant. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Or until you're more settled out and down the fucking road. Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Clyde. We're all a little bit embarrassed today, you know? Yeah, you fucking should be. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Clyde. I was going ooh in my head the whole time while reading it. Well, what the fuck ever. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easy for me to keep everyone's expectations... excuse me. It's easy for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. Well, you... Okay, so you're seeing it too, right? It's not just me. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. I don't know if that's how I would put it, Monica. You see, this woman needs a fucking therapist or an exorcist or something. Because, yeah, I mean, have you talked to her recently? Dear God. Moving on. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean that I always feel that way, you know? Forgive me, I'm just looking around, seeing if there's anything weird or out of place going on, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. But he what the fuck? Okay, this is different. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my eyes burned. Excuse me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sounds of frantic scrawling, playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. He's right here. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. All right. That was odd. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. That's an understatement. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's what I would say too. Yeah, that was weird as shit. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. I don't know about timing. You may need a psychologist also. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. I bet it can. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. What, that you're secretly a fucking serial killer and that you're gonna kill me? Or people like me? Well, why did you really bring me here? It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. I'm gonna have nightmares. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Well, it didn't happen last time. We didn't get that fucking far. So how can I believe you now? Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Alright, I guess I'll go read Yuri's fucking satanic ritual. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but it ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Yeah, I look at her before and after every time I fucking click. It's just, I expect her to fucking vomit an alien or something. What kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in the new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques going into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. I'm starting to wonder if she licked my blood because she's like... Never mind. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Oh God, here we go. Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Oh, fuck. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. Okay, alright. This looks normal-ish. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. Actually, I think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Clyde. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their own work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. Why is my skin crawling? I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Clyde. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. You couldn't have said it fucking any better than that. That was very stressful. Why is it all out of tune? It's just... fuck. Are y'all hearing that shit? Or... you know what? It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be true? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Clyde did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Clyde liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Clyde appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Clyde started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that... Alright. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna click and hope it stops. You act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking. You wanna be edgy, bitch? Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. What is really fucking happening here? See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. If you think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute, the only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cut? What the fuck is really happening? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Clyde hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing there. Clyde, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did you draw? I can't read all of this because it's so fast. I'm gonna have to go back and pause this video throughout all of that so that I can read what it just said. Huh? Yeah, but the last time I tried to go back to read the black words, the black words weren't there. It was the fucking normal dialogue of the original, what it's supposed to be. And I don't know who to pick, because shit just got real. I really, this music and shit is disturbing, and I don't know who to... Guys, little help here? Sayori's not here to save the day. I don't know, Natsuki was really mean. I'm going with Yuri just because, even though she's demonic. I can't pick anybody! What is happening? Every time I click Yuri, it magnifies. It magnifies and magnifies and magnifies and fucking magnifies and magnifies. Monica, why is your face in the way? Hey Clyde, why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back and done once they're inside, once they're done yelling. I'm beginning to wonder if maybe I shouldn't have just, clicked Natsuki. I don't know what would have happened. This game's probably going to force me to play it for eternity. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend a little less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Clyde, please don't hate me. Please? I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Yeah, if you're a fucking demon or something, what did you do to that bitch? Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. No, she's looking turned her way, but her eyes are definitely looking at me. Definitely this way, yeah. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kind of sounds like you don't want to be around for don't want me to be around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Clyde. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have much of a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. Okay. Apparently she's sorry for causing trouble. Let's look at the history. All the way to, anyway, this makes you want. Of course, it's gonna take me back to what? Oh shit, that scared me. Okay, return. Hum. Why are you both not smiling anymore? Okay. Fantasy. Journey. Happiness. Destiny. Graveyard. Starscape. Disown. Dark. Memories. After image. Whoa! Hey, there's a weird word that I don't know if I want to click. What's with this shit on the poem fucking shit? There's goddamn symbols and weird shit.
Garbage data?
Yeah, garbage data, if that's what you want to call it.
Like a string of just nonsense characters?
Yeah, with the word warm underneath it. I don't want to click it. Okay, warm is underneath it, but it spreads across over warm, and when I go across it, these weird ass fucking symbols pop up on the side of the screen.
Yeah, they're, let's say here, just work around it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What happens if I click on it?
I don't recall.
Don't lie to me. Do you?
Fucker, I'll just tell you I don't know, or I'll tell you I'm not telling you. I ain't fucking, don't.
Okay. Okay. Just making sure. Alright.
I've told you several times I'm not spoiling anything, and I've told you when I don't fucking know or remember.
Alright, I believe you. Son of a bitch, I shouldn't have clicked on it. I did click on it. God damn it. The music is gone and the screen is gone white and there's weird images. I guess contamination is a good word for this. Spies. Desire. Alone. Vertigo's a good word. Depression. Depression. Yeah. Depression. Ambient. Suicide. Rain cloud. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Whoa! Welcome back, Clyde. Okay, Glitchery. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's What expression? She has no face! But the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Oh, there she is. Yuri glances over his shoulder looking around the room. Natsuki's reading manga at a desk. And surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. Oh, you goddamn right it did. I wasn't acting mentally sound. You goddamn right you weren't. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. You goddamn right it was. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. You are fucking lying, you dirty bastard. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Clyde, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. Do they? Do they really make you too happy? What is too happy? I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri? I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback about how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Okay, now this is just really fucked up. Did you do something yesterday? Jeez.
Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing.
What the fuck?
I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you?
But I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid of you, you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. So to be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. Aha. That makes no sense, though. You would have at least heard the bell ring. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Aw, well thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Clyde. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean to pressure you or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. What the fuck? I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. And that is where we're going to end today's video. Fuck that shit for the rest of the night. Save here. And close. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes.